Let me just tell you how MDG basically works. So initially when S4 was not there, that time how MDG came into picture. Say for example, we have a company called Tata. Okay, so Tata has a various means business. Okay, so it is not only limited to one kind of business, it's a different kind of business. Okay, so let us take one such business. So for creating the cars and all, Tata has to manufacture some material. Okay, so material, so it has to get some material, it has to create some material in the system. So let us discuss about the material creation process. Okay, and through that we will understand the what is the scope of MDG in that. Okay, now let's see basically what happens here in MDG. So initially when MDG came into market, it the sales manager of SAP used to go to the different company and advertise for their product. So this is the product, and if you take this one, it would be very helpful to analyze the thing, and it is an integrated system which will help you to basically create your master data with all the integrated approvals process, validation, derivation, everything. Okay, so now Tata or Mahindra or like any other product based company or like any company, they blindly don't take anything from the SAP. Okay, because their mm, business is running smoothly. Why they will take something which is which can cause a problem in later point of time in their organization. Okay, so company has to think like that. So SAP then told the companies, okay, this is your production system. Say, for example, this is the main system, main production system. Okay. So we are not going to put MDG on this. What we will do, you have a ECC box. On top of it, we will provide MDG. Okay. So these main production system basically.
Krishna, you're writing somewhere in the notepad or something. We are seeing Word document only. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I was writing it in the this one Excel. You are not. It is not visible, right? The Excel.
No, we are able to see only PDF.
Okay, okay. Let me just again share it to you. It would be easy.
Okay.
The
We are
Excel.
able to see. Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
can see
can
now.
see. We can
Okay,
see.
Yeah,
okay.
we can see now.
So basically, what SAP like advertise it. So they said that okay, you have a ECC box, no problem. On top of ECC, because MDG was that time coming as a separate box. Okay, so SAP said, okay, you take ECC on top of it. We will provide MDG, and this will be your main system, production system. So that would be your operational ECC. Okay, this is the operational ECC system. This box. Now, basically, what was happening? The material which has to be created, it was getting created first here. Okay, and then it was transported to this system, basically replicated. Okay, what we call in MDG term, it is called replication. So and replication was happening with the help of IDOC. Then comes into picture the web services. Okay, then comes into picture the web services. RFC is also there. So these are the different process it was happening. So now how the process was happening in the system. Here the concerned person wants to create a material, they will go, they will create the material. Okay, they will create the material with a change request. Okay, so say for example any change request cr1, let's say. With this change request they will be creating the material over here. So once the material is getting means the submitter will first submit, then the approver one will approve, approver 2 will approve. Say for example, it is a 3-level approver, approver 3 will be finally approving. Then the material will be creating here. Okay, once the material is creating over here, the automatic replication will start. It is automatic, you don't have to do any replication, you have to do the configuration. Based on that, the replication will start. You can choose whether it is idoc or web service. Basically these are the two things nowadays in market you can see. One is idoc, one is web service, and the data will flow from here to this part. Okay, so now if I show you in the system basically how it is working, so this similar kind of screen will be coming to you. Okay, let me just close it, leave this page. So basically here you can see and this is called an MWBC screen. Okay, so this would be given to the end user, so they have to create a material, so they will land to this screen. They want to create the material, they will just click create material. Okay, so now see, directly you are not going to create the material here. Okay, so there is a process. So I was telling you about change request, right? So there are various change requests. So you can see, once you click here, you can see this all the change request here. Okay, so these are some change requests which is provided by SAP by default. You can create your own change request, Z change request. So here, see, some person has created earlier ZMAT01. Similarly, you can also create your change request. Okay, and based on that, say for example, you are choosing this one. So it will take little time. So once it will navigate, it will see, now it will come here, now continue. So it will give you the screen where you can go and you can create your material. Okay, so whatever the required thing, now see, field property of substitute Z of entity, this one is missing. Okay, so it is telling some error is there. Maybe someone has configured something, and this is from the data model level. I will tell you in detail and how to rectify this kind of error, where to check this and everything I will tell you. Okay, so now what you will do, you will put the reason why are you going to create the material. So in a industry, these things are very specific. So company to company, they have their strict policies, what would be the text, how it would be. Okay, so as a developer and all, for testing purpose, we just put like test something one or test two, or this is for this test and all. But in the business term, all these things means they have to put proper means comment, proper descriptions. Okay, then you have priority. So if you are going to create a material, and if it is a very urgent process, so you can put here high. Okay, and based on high also, the next process should be a little bit faster and all. Everything you can easily configure in MDG and easily code it in MDG. Okay, and due date, by when you need the material to be created. Say for example, within 2 days you want to create the material. So every time if you are putting it high and the due date, so every time the approver will get an email and a notification that okay, some this material is urgent and it has to be created in a first process. So you have to look into it and you have to approve or reject in a quick manner. Okay, so that can be done with the help of this. Then reason is there, any reason, rejection reason or whatever reason, so you can provide the reasons here. Okay, then you can come to the basic data over here. You can provide whatever necessary data is needed for creating a material. So these are some say for example, material type, industry sector. These are all what, these are all standard thing. what you see in the material creation screen. So similar, same, this is the same thing what you can see over here. Okay, so let me just go and show you here slash n mm01. So as you know, this is the transaction code for creating a material. So you can see this is industry sector and material type. Okay, so this is what, this is the mandatory one. So here also you can see material type and industry sector, this is coming as abstract, means it is the mandatory one, right? So these are the thing automatically will be coming to your system from the ECC or S4 HANA configuration, what you will be doing. Okay, so same thing will be coming here. So based on that, you will fill your data, and once you submit it, okay, and approval process will run, then automatically this will get created in the system, and whatever will be created, you can track it with the help of the CR. So how to track it, let me show you. So if you go here, there are certain tables basically. So let me show you to see. So here there will be various change requests. Okay, so see, so many change requests are there, right? So with the help of this, you can with the description also, you know. So in real time, what we do basically, we do proper this description and all, so that we understand what purpose it is getting created. So in our in my current project, the data is coming from a different system, okay, and getting created here in the MDG system. Okay, so this process, so data is coming from different system, right? So how will I know that this data is coming from the different system? We are providing the proper description here, that the material is getting it's the data of the material is coming from this system. Okay, so this type of messages we are basically providing in our current project. So we know that this data is coming from the this system, and that has to be created into the MDG, and then it has to be replicated to the operational system. Okay, or various system what is there. So this is basically this one. And once the data is captured in CR, so when the data will be captured in the CR, means change request type, once the submitter will submit, right? So you are the submitter, you want to create a material, so you will come here, you will fill the data over here, and you will basically submit it. Okay, you will submit it, then it has some staging table. Okay, so let me show you basically what is happening. So let me first show you the data model. So this is a transaction MDG IMG. This is the heart and soul of MDG. If anyone understood this transaction code MDG IMG, he or she is expert in MDG. Okay, so the nodes, how these things are behaving, if anyone knows, then he or she will be the expert in MDG. Okay, each and everything if they understood in this transaction code. So
Krishna, I have a
first,
couple of questions. Can I proceed?
yeah, yeah,
Or
please.
should I talk it? Should I park it for later?
No, no. Whatever doubts you have, you can just ask me.
Okay. You have showed one screen, right, to create a material and do any processing or to check the CRs and everything.
Yes,
Is it
yes.
not a Fiori application? Is it just like a standard web
No.
application?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me tell you. So see, when SAP come up with this MDG process, right? So SAP
Uh-huh.
has come up with FPM screens. These are all FPM screens.
Okay.
FPM, you know, right? Floor plan manager.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, these are FPM screens. So these are the thing with what MDG was built. Okay, because MDG was built
Okay.
somewhat around 2009 or 10. Okay, so that time the market shift was from WebDin Pro to FPM. Okay, so this is made that
Okay.
time. Now, once the
Okay.
Fury has come into picture, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
how they are handling this? So in Fury, they are saying, okay, SAP has provided this type of screen in Fury also, okay, and in OData
Okay.
and we are handling this. So in one of my project, how, because this was a product-based company and they were working in the mining sector, okay, so they had their
Okay.
own Fury screen, and this was not
Okay.
related to the data model provided by MDG or SAP. Okay, so they have their custom data model. So
Okay.
in some time I'm just coming into that, what is custom data model and what is standard data model, you will understand in a better way.
Okay.
But just for
Okay.
information purpose, just understand. So that company has their custom data model. Okay, so what
Okay.
they did, they created their own custom data model, they created their own screen in Fury. So whatever you can see, so similar screens they have created in Fury, and then the
Okay.
process was they are handling with the help of OData. In OData also they were working with APIs provided by MDG. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
do you know the concept of BAPI?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So BAPI, what happens? So whatever MM0 on screen you can see, right? So
Uh-huh.
same BAPI, if you are working with, so whatever BADI or enhancement related to that, that will also get triggered for that, right?
Correct.
Yes or no? So similarly, when you run the MDG APIs, so whatever baddies and all associated with the API, or what are the governance process with the workflows and all with this MDG, that all gets triggered with that APIs. Okay. So with the
Okay.
help of that, they were just handling their process.
Okay.
So for the standard also, now SAP has once the S4 has come into picture, SAP is providing all the things. Okay.
So now we are expanding in ECC, since that is the reason we are seeing this one. If we look at S4, then it will be Fiori only, right?
Fury and both this FPM screen, both they have provided.
Okay. In S4 latest version.
Yeah, yeah. Both the things they have provided, because
Okay.
some customers are comfortable in this, some customers are comfortable in that. So that is why they have all the things. Okay.
And okay. And because since this is material creation, in lot of
Hmm.
industries will have to ask this to will ask materials to create by suppliers or some sourcing or merchandising teams, right?
Right,
So
right.
in that scenario, we need to provide access to this particular screens to
Yes.
them, and they
Right.
would be really able to access from mobiles or tabs as well, not
Right.
only from the laptop. So if it
Yes.
is Fiori, the latest version of S4, it
Yes.
would be really great, I feel.
They can do. And I was telling you at multiple level of this one, right? Approvals. So multiple levels of
Okay.
approvals, what was happening, say for example, the plant related data is approved by some person. Okay, the MRP related data will be approved by some other approver. Okay, sales related
Okay.
would be some other person. So it would be like
Uh,
this basically. Okay, and the
okay.
finally once the approver will approve, this will get created in the system.
So for the training purpose, will you be using only FPM screens, or will you be taking care of S4 also?
As for basically API part of it, I will show you how it works, okay, and how the governance process will work. Because see, again, Fury part. So every company has their Fury consultant, dedicated Fury consultant, right? So Fury
Okay.
consultant will be looking into the screens and all, and the backend part, the OData
Uh-huh.
and API part. Basically, I will be showing you the API part, how it works, how the CR is getting created, and everything. I will be showing it to you, because when I worked into the Fury project also, so I worked as a backend MDG, basically developer. Okay, and my role was basically like how the MDG means the governance process is happening. The Fury part was they had their own Fury candidates and all, so that they have the separate team. Okay, so
Okay.
Fury
Got it.
Fury team.
But even when the Fiori developers are there, SAP will be giving standard Fiori screens for MDC, right?
Right.
They have, right?
Yes, they have their
Okay.
own
So,
standard.
but we are in the for the training purpose, we will be still using FPM only for training
Yes,
purpose.
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the things are same only. Okay, the concepts are same. There's the difference of screen and how it is getting handled over here. So once you are thorough with this concept, that is not a big deal. So I have worked in the
Okay.
two projects of Fury. So for me, it was not a problem because only APIs are there. Okay, to governance process, and after that everything is same.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So what is data model and all, let me just show you now. Okay, so in this, first and foremost thing is the data model. Okay, so if you come here, you can see so many things, right? So edit data model. Now I was telling you about standard data model. Okay, so these are basically our standard data model. Let me just go into the display mode. So this is 0G. What is financial? People call it OG in industry, but basically it is 0G. Okay, and then BP, MM. So this is the three data model provided by SAP. These are the standard data model. Okay, and apart from that, if you want to create, or if any company wants to create their custom data model, they creates custom data model, but that also you will be creating with the reference of this kind of material. First of all, you have to understand how these data models are behaving. Okay, once you are thorough with this data models, then only you can create your custom data model. Okay, these are the data model, basically metadata, which tells you about the data. So it has entities, basically it like your tables. Okay, so and attributes are there. There are attributes. So basically these attributes holds that. Yeah,
We can see it.
yeah. So this is the means data model. So in the data model we have, see, we have 0G, we have BP, we have MM. Okay, so this is 0G. People in industry calls it OG, but when you want to find it, you find it with 0G. Okay, not OG. So sometimes back we had some requirements. So one person was looking into it with 0G, and he was not finding the data model. So if you go here, DG, one minute, USMD underscore data underscore model. Okay, slash and MDG underscore data underscore. Okay, so you put 0G, you run it. So this is finance data model. Okay, so this is the finance data model, and finance related fields it will be holding. Okay, and these are all staging table. Let me tell you what is staging table and all. Okay, so basically what happens, this data model, say for example data model, it holds entity. So first what you have, once you just see my screen, let me just show it to you. Basically what happens in MDG, first you have data model. You can see my Excel, right? You can see the Excel, right?
Yes, we can. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we can.
So under this data model, you have entity. Okay. So now what is entity basically? Entity is basically like tables. Okay. So we have like related tables, right? Mara, Marcy, Mard. Okay. So this basically we considered as tables. Okay. And under this we have fields, right? In tables, in Mara, Marcy, this. These fields basically are your these are basically your 1 minute, let me just go to here. These are basically your field. Okay, so if you go here, material, and if you click on the attributes, you can see these fields. Okay, so attributes are nothing but your fields. Okay, so when you are going to submit a like change request for creating a material or changing a material or a mark for deletion a material, okay, basically what is happening, these data are temporary data. Temporary data, why? Because you have not created the material in the system, right? It is still under approval process. Once the final approver is approving, then only your material will be getting created. So whatever data we will be filling in the screen, this screen, okay, so after submitting directly, it won't get created into the system. it will create under it will capture under the CR change request. So this kind of change request number will created. Okay, and the table I have shown you, right, the USMD 120C table. So this is basically the status of the thing, whether it is under process or it is finally approved, and the data has been created. So 05 means it is finally approved and data has been created into the system. 02 means it is still under process. Okay, and you can see the data basically in the staging table. These are called the staging table. Staging table means this holds temporary data. Before the final approval, whatever data is there, it is getting stored here. Okay, so if you see this table, so here you can come and you can see the data basically. So this data is what? These are temporary data. Okay, so now this is not holding anything because there is no temporary data. So if you have anything, then you can see the temporary data over here. Okay, so once the CR is activated, the data from this staging table will get deleted, and the data gets with the data from the staging table, it gets created into the standard table. Okay, and once it is done, automatically the replication starts and the data will be replicated to the operational ECC. Now what is operational ECC? In the beginning I told you, right? So how SAP came into picture, MDG came into picture. So separate ECC MDG we have. Okay, on top of ECC we have MDG. Here the material will be created and automatic replication happens from here to here. So all the approval process what happened in this system, and once the CR is activated means the finally approved, the data from the staging table will get take the data from the staging table. MDG takes the data from the staging table and creates it into the standard table. Standard means what? For materials, say for example Mara, Marcy, Mard, okay, or whatever tables are there, in that it gets created and from there it replicated to this system, which is your operational ECC. Understood or any doubt so far?
Hi Krishna, Prayag here.
Yeah.
So basically, is there any provision that from sending a data from SAP to SAP system to different systems,
Hmm.
so do we have to extend the API, that is the bulk replicate request in API,
Hmm.
and after that we have to send the WDS DSL payload file,
Right.
and then the fields are getting the values of the fields, they are getting replicated in the target system. So
Yeah,
this
we
is the
can do
main
that.
process.
Yeah.
Okay, and one more thing. So if the system is non-SAP to SAP replication,
Hmm.
so is it that we are processing an IDOC to TIPCO middleware, and then there the conversion happens from IDOC to API, and then the
No,
fields are getting replicated?
no, basically what is happening, see, this is your MDG system, right?
Okay,
So it would be on top of your ECC. Before S4, I'm saying what is happening. Okay, this is
okay,
before
okay,
S4. So now if it is your operational system, is your what? Say for example, this is your non-SAP system. So you will have a middleware over here. Okay, so the data will come here in the middleware and then it will process to that non-SAP system.
okay.
So recently in one of my project, what was happening? We have Salesforce. Okay.
Mm,
Okay. Then we have a S4 system. In S4, what is happening? Along with this S4 box, we have the MDG. We don't have to purchase the MDG separately. Okay. It will come with the S4 only. Okay. And
okay,
then in that S4 only we can have our means operational system, means the main production system, or we can have another system which is our, say for example, another S4 system which is our main system. Okay, where all the after material creation, the PO creation, invoicing, okay, or sales order, everything is getting done over here. Okay, so that is another scenario. So what was
okay,
happening from the Salesforce, the customer creation request was coming to this MDG. Okay, so the request for creating a customer was coming from here with the necessary data. So it was coming with the web services. Okay.
Okay.
So once it comes here, we are so BAdIs are there. So three BAdI basically it has. One is in, one is out, and one other is confirmation. Okay. So in
Right.
BAdI, what it does, it takes the data from the Salesforce. Then the APIs, we are running the APIs over here. Okay. So for CR creation API, we are running here and with the data, and then the governance process getting started here. And once the data gets approved, automatically this was replicated to this S4. Okay. And
Okay.
confirmation, with the confirmation body, we are sending the confirmation that okay, this is the customer that has been created here in the MDG. We are sending it to the Salesforce. So that was the process. Like in my last project, what I was doing.
Okay. So Krishna, just one or two questions. So
Yeah.
in our training, so are we going to extend those IDOCs with the custom fields, such as
Yes,
the
yes, I will
atmas
show
or
you. I will show
rebars?
you. I will show you how to extend the idocs with the custom fields and all, and how to means work with this.
Yes, also the APIs, right? The bulk replicate out request in or out ones. So both those APIs. So can we be able to see those
See,
extension?
bulk replicate generally, see how in MDG it is happening. MDG we are not doing with bulk replicate and anything, right? So once we are creating a like say for example material or customer, so automatically it gets replicated into the other system. Okay, so this is automatic. We don't have to do anything. We just have to do the configuration. Another thing
Okay.
is they are called the initial load. You
Mm.
must be heard about the initial load, right?
Yes, yes.
So initial load, what happens? So say for example, this is my scenario. This is my one box. Okay, this is another box. Now for creation, it is okay. While creating, I am creating a fresh material or fresh customer or fresh vendor, right? But when I am changing it, if the material is not here in the system, then how can I change it? I can't change it, right? So from this system, first of all, I have to load whatever the existing material or customer or vendor is there in this system, right? I have to load it here. So this
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
initial load, right? So
Yeah.
this, there are various process of doing it. So one is file upload. Second one is DIF, data input framework. Okay, with the help of the third one is consolidation. These are the three things basically we do. So first we will do, or some point what we are do means in some business we have Excel. Okay, so what data is there, we are putting into an Excel, and here we are writing some program. With the help of that, this the data from this Excels are getting processed, and then the APIs are getting created over here. Okay, and we basically write the program to upload the data here, getting the thing. And
Yes,
then
yes, Krishna.
uh, so then we are doing this. So various company has various process. Okay, so this is company specific.
Exactly. Hmm.
So I have worked in all the scenarios. Like some company they were using file upload, some company DIF, they are preferring DIF. Some company have their own programs. Okay, so interface programs are there. So and standalone programs are there. So with the help of that also you can upload the data into this, and then you can process it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, Krishna,
and
that helped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you have multiple material or multiple CR processing. That time, what is happening? So this is also configuration only. Whatever you will do, it will automatically replicate it into the different system. So we have to just focus on our configuration, and rest MDG will take care. We don't have to do anything.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and these are the thing. So now coming to this data model and entity. So entity
Sorry to
is, yeah, yeah. Anyone
can
has
I
any
ask one
question?
question
Yeah, yeah, please
uh,
go ahead.
about this configuration you are telling.
Yeah,
It is included in this program. How to do
yeah, yeah.
configuration?
This is these are all included, right? These are all included in this course.
All right,
Am I?
sir.
Yeah. So these are all included in the course. Okay. So like what are the things and all. Okay, what are the configuration. So mainly see, as a MDG consultant also, you won't be working in all the domains. Okay, so say for example in one project you will be working into the data model and say for example validation derivation. Okay, so that would be your scope. Some other project maybe you will be working on the replication part. Okay, this all the configuration and all replication related, some filters are there, some APIs are there, you will be working in this. Some project maybe you will be given the UI. Okay, so UI related thing you will be doing. And once you are having more experience, okay, and maybe you are in the team lead position, that time also you won't be working into the all the areas, but you should have all the knowledge of these areas. Okay, because what are the best possible solution you have to provide it. Okay, so that you have to do it. So it works like that in different companies. Okay, so they won't be giving you heart and means all the things you are not going to handle, so part by part you will be handling. Maybe some companies are there where you will be asked to work on all the things, but till now whatever process I have seen, so I have seen it like that only. Companies basically, once they will be providing you task, they will be dedicatedly giving you that portion. Say for example, they will be telling you all the approval related BAdIs and all, email notification and all. You will be handling all these things. Okay, so it would be like this basically. And all the things related to means all the topic I will be telling you, the configuration, the coding, okay, the concepts and how in the real time it is applicable, what are the scenarios and how it is handled, so everything I will be telling you.
Okay, Krishna, just one last question. Is our course going to cover the topic which is something called approver, what we call email workflow notification?
Yes, yes, it is there, right?
So, because we are doing some code and then we are putting the email IDs and those approvers names are there in that. And so
Mm.
when it get triggered, so the mail goes to the particular mailboxes of the approvers.
Yes, yes, it is there. So email notification is there.
Okay, okay.
So because in the workflow session, okay, there are four baddies. So one is your dynamic agent selection, where you are be
Okay.
selecting your agent. Second one is your parallel processing. Third one is your background baddie. One is one background baddie is there. Okay, system caller baddie basically we call it. So in that system caller baddie, you have the email notification. You can have other process also, say for example follow up CR creation. Okay, so that is also they will be asking in the interview that how can you create why you create a follow up here and how will you create a follow ups here. Okay, so that scenario also I will show you. So that would be done in the system caller body.
Okay.
And then another one is there. uh, Another bed is there, actually currently I'm not getting the name. So that bed is also there. So with the help of that bed is some conditional process you will be doing. So these all these baddies will be covered, and definitely they will be asking multiple questions from these baddies in the interview also, because these are very important for the MDG point of view. So that I will be telling you thoroughly in the class.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Rule context vary basically. So rule context vary is there, the fourth vary basically. So with the help of that, you say for example, material type is there, right? Or material group is there. So if this is the material type, so say for example, this is a raw material. So these are the approvers. Okay. So how will you handle it? So this should be handled with this rule context, or maybe one step you want to skip if it is a raw material. So how will you do this? They will ask you in the question, sorry, in the interview. So you can say with the rule context baddie we can do it, or we can do it with the dynamic agent selection baddie. So different ways they will ask. Okay, so they will expect you to answer these two things, because in training and all this scenario, particular scenario, they won't tell you about dynamic agent selection BAdI. They will say, okay, with the rule context BAdI, we can do this. But when in the interview they will ask you the different ways, whether you know or not. Okay, and what are the benefits of these two different ways. So if a person works in real time, then only they can explain you what is the difference, why it is needed, why you use this and that. So everything I will be explaining you in the interview point of view also, and the real time point of view also, like how it works and why we go for this, why not this. So everything would be covered in this. So more or less it would be a hands-on session and practical session, basically like in real time how these are used. So I will be preparing you like that, so that at least once this course is done, you can easily work in a project.
Okay,
So
Krishna, thank you.
yeah, so this is there. So data model, entity, it would be there. Then we have attributes. Attributes, okay, and attributes basically are the fields. So where data can be and with the help of that data can be stored. And here, as I was telling you, we have this staging table. Staging table are nothing but the table where temporary data is stored till the CR is getting created in the system. So these are the table for okay. So you can see these are the tables. So these are nothing but the like temporary tables. Okay. So let's see whether any temporary data is there or not. So here see some temporary data are there. Okay. So once the material is means created in the system, it's finally approved. That time this dollar symbol won't be there. So how will you understand that whether the material is created or not, or still under process? So if you come to this, you can see, okay, this dollar symbol is there. Dollar symbol means what? These are not created into the system yet. Okay, the CR is not finally approved. Once the CR is finally approved, you can see that dollar symbol will remove and a number will get generated over here. Okay, so that you can see.
Okay.
So any doubt in this so far? Okay.
No, Krishna.
Okay. So basically, for SAP, we get 0G, which is our finance. is our material data model, and BP is our business partner. Under BP, we have customer and vendor. So to confuse you in the interview, they will ask you, for customer and vendor, do you have different data model? So answer is no. For customer and vendor, we don't have different data model. Under this BP data model only, we with this BP data model only, customer and vendor is handled, because these are role based, right? So if you have the role of a customer, then it works as a customer. If you have the role of a vendor, it will works as a vendor.
One question here. The BP concept has come from S4 only, right? But we are using the ECC machine, right? How the BP is there in ECC? Is it passed to the MDG only or not part of ECC? Something like that?
Which one?
See, the BP concept has come into picture from starting using S4, right? It's
Right.
not there in ECC, right?
Yeah.
But in our system, we are using ECC, right?
Huh.
So how come the BP's concept would be present in ECC MDG?
See, because with the BP, you will be creating customer and vendor, right? So once MDG, because MDG has a different box, it is a different box, right? This one. On top of ECC, you have a MDG box.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it has a MDG box, right? So with this MDG, what it is happening, it is having the BP data model, but BP data model basically what it is handling, it is handling customer and vendor. So once you are going to create a BP customer, how will you create it? Once you provide the role, this is the role.
Yeah, it
This role
depends on the role. That I'm sure.
Yeah. So with the help of that, we basically handle. Getting the point?
Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll have to see in visualization then only we'll get some. But I'm okay. I understand the
Yeah.
concept because
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
two different boxes.
Yeah.
We are able to handle it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because see, MDG is not that old, and it is not that means recent also. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, I got it.
when it was designed, so earlier what was there? Earlier it has finance and zero G and Okay, these two
Okay.
things are there. After that it came BP. So once SAP is confident, okay, these two are working fine, then it has come with BP, and that to customer and vendor.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
here in the data model, we have concept flex mode and reuse mode. Okay, so is what? Is reuse. Okay, reuse mode. BP is also reuse data model. BP is also reuse, and 0G is your flex. Now you will ask me that what is flex and what is reuse. So these are the mode of data model. Basically, what is happening over here? So once the material, you submit a material for creation, okay, or change. So the data till it is finally approved, what is happening? That would be in the staging table. Okay, there will be staging table. So data will be there in the staging table, and what it would be? It would be your so submitter is submitting. Okay, so submitter, when the submitter has submitted, the data will go to the staging table. Okay, now once it finally approved, okay, finally approved, what will happen? The CR, okay, CR will be activated, and in the table, what is USMD 120C? In that table, you can see the status of the CR will be 5. 5 means finally approved. Okay, the CR is activated. In the reuse mode, what is happening? From the staging table, the data will get disappeared and it will get created into the active table. Active tables are nothing but the original tables like Mara, standard tables, Mara, RC, MARD, or whatever tables are there. Okay, in these tables it will get created. So this is reuse mode, and it will get automatically replicated to the different systems, other systems. Okay, like operation this, whatever systems are there, it will get replicated. But in the flex mode, what is happening? After the CR gets activated, means finally approved, the data won't get cleared or created. Okay, why? Basically because means finance data is very sensitive data, right? So if anything goes wrong, it would be a big problem for the company. So to overcome that, what they are doing, they are taking another approval after everything also. So there will be a concerned person who is very knowledgeable in FI, who will take the final decision whether it has to be replicated or not. Okay, so once the person takes the call, that time what will happen? The replication will happen. Okay, in S4, what is happening now? Earlier what was happening, replication was happening over here, right? So it has to be replicated into different system. But once the S4 comes into picture and it comes with MDG, here what is happening? In the reuse mode, directly the data are getting created into the this system, right? Because this is your operational system only. Now in the market, customers means what are the clients of SAP? Okay, so they have confident. Okay, so MDG is working fine, and MDG has a vast scope, and the business also getting smoother with the help of MDG. So now what they are doing, they are not having the separate box of MDG, separate box of this one and then S4. In that box only they are having the MDG and S4. Okay, and their operational data. So in that case, what is happening? We don't have to replicate anything. So whatever data is getting created means after change request gets activated, automatically in the system it is getting created. After that, if you need that, okay, so now currently in what project I am there, it is a very vast means scope. So it has different. So after a material gets created in one box, it would be having the like, say for example, your invoicing, PO creation, this. The finance related will be another box. So other thing will be for that box. So it has very vast landscape. Okay. So in that I have seen, okay, we have the S4 MDG also, but even though we have this one, it is getting replicated to different system. So this is up to the company how they wants to deal with the data and how they wants to deal with the system and all. So this is entirely up to the company. So if you know this concept, you can work in any project because things are same. In one project you are working with one system, in other project maybe you are working with the different systems. So if you know how the configuration works, how the concept of this thing, so it would be very easy for you to work. Because with the different scenario, if your concepts are clear, with the different scenario you can easily work in any project. So far you have any questions?
No, Krishna.
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, please tell me.
About this flex and reuse.
Ah.
Can you tell us more about this flex and reuse?
Flex and reuse means, see here what is happening. So if you see the data model, okay, these are the data model. So if I go to okay, just 1 minute, entity type, it has to be supported. 1 minute. This is not supported. Why it is not supported? Okay, supported. Okay, just 1 minute on this. Active area.
Is it in change mode? Maybe because of it.
No, it's not about change mode or anything. So generally it works. So I have to just check the settings of this system. Currently what system I'm means working in my company, it is allowing me. But, okay, so let me just show you over here. Is the entity. You can see this, right? You can see this, right? The screen is
Yes,
visible. Okay. So see, this is the entity type. Okay. And this is your data model. So basically what is happening when you are creating the entity or when you are creating the data model, there is a this one. Okay. So if you see here active area, you can see here active area, right? You can see this, right? Active area.
yes, yes.
So see here, if active area is MDG or blank, means it is a flex mode. Okay. So this is the entity level. So from here also they will ask one interesting question that I will tell you while we will be doing the class. Okay. Now coming to this here. So if you see this so here you can see active area is material. Can you see this active area material? Can you see this?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this means what? This is a reuse mode. Okay. For business partner, see active area is partner. But in flex, see there is nothing. It is blank, right? It is blank, right? So that is what it is, a flex, and these are reuse. So reuse, what is happening basically, if you see reuse active area, so here you can see this is material and it has a access class. Can you see this? So this is a standard access class. So once the data gets means activated, the CR gets activated with the help of this access class, the data will be means replicated to the standard tables.
So what do you mean is reuse? We can reuse it, and what is flex?
No, 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 no.
What?
You don't. No, no. You don't confuse yourself with this concept reuse. So reuse means what? Reuse means once the CR gets activated, finally. So once the final approver approves it, the CRs get activated, right? So once the CR gets activated, this is the class for material basically, which is responsible to take the data from the staging table and means populate the data into the standard tables like Mara, Marcy, whatever tables. Okay. But in finance, if you see here for FI, it is blank. Means what? There is no access class which will take the data from staging and it will populate the data into the standard tables. In that, we have to do it manually.
Okay.
Getting the point? So that has to be done manually. So this is a reuse and this is the flex concept. Getting the point?
So it
Yes,
means for financials, it is flex, and for materials, it is reuse.
Uh-huh.
And access table, it is for material only, material and BP only,
No,
not for
staging
finance.
table. No, see, staging table will be for this three data models, but access class will be only for material and business partners. So if you see the reuse active area, sorry, I have to click that one. So say for example, BP, then reuse active area. See, BP related access class is also there. Okay, it is also there, but for finance it is not there. So BP related is partner, right? Partner. So where
Mm.
we can see the partner, so here we can see partner, right? So related to that we have the access class. So this access class is basically responsible to take the data from the staging table and put it into the standard table, and after it will take the data, it will delete all the data from the staging table because CR is activated, right? Now no need to hold the data into the staging table. Is it okay?
In financial case, it cannot be removed, no?
Yeah. Financial case, what happens? So in future, if they say, okay, any discrepancy happens or any problem happens, so they need some reference, right? Where from where the data is coming, so they can track it. Okay, so this is the CR and this is the CR related data basically. And if they want to check, okay, well, like whether the problem is from this data or not, so they can come and any day they can come and they can check the data in the staging table. Getting the
Yes,
point?
not a problem. Yeah, yeah, got the point.
Yeah. So basically, they are doing like this in finance. So any doubt? And in reuse mode, basically the replication start automatically, but in the flex mode, the replication does not started. So once the finally the person who is responsible for the F5 data, so he will or she will check whether it is correct or not, and after that they can process the data. Further processing will happen. Okay.
Uh, can you show us some example, like uh, how it will go to approvals and all?
Yeah, so for that actually I have to do all the configurations and all, right? So after that only I can show you. So in the class I will show you with all the configuration and all. So and then I can show you that how the data is flowing from this staging table and how it is getting deleted and how it is getting created into the main table and all that I can show you. So for that, I have to do all the configurations and all. You have to create your own CR. So if you go here, so you will be creating your, I will show you how to create your own CR and all change request. So if you see the process modeling, okay, in the process modeling, you will do all the workflows configuration, okay, the steps and all, how this workflows are used, okay. Then you will come to the change request, you will create your own change request, create change request type, how the standard change request behaves, what are the this one, okay. So all these things are there, because currently I don't know in this system how it is, what are the things, I have to check this system. So initially some error is coming, I think some student maybe they have done some changes, for that it is coming. So it is coming basically from one of the BAdIs that I can know, field property, okay. So I have to just check into it, and I have to just rectify this one, and then maybe the workflows and all I will see like how it is configured and all, and then it could be done. So any
The
doubt?
education,
Yeah, please go ahead.
what you are using MDG on, because it is showing some certificate error is there.
Yeah, that I, because today is the first day, right? I am checking this system. So earlier we used to use some other system. So I will check everything, and before the class finally gets started, I will sort everything out, and then maybe we can finally start the class. So anyone have any other doubts?
Yes, Krishna. So this is the UI screen, right?
Yes.
So whenever we are doing any custom data model and we
Hmm.
want to bring a field on this UI,
Right.
so what is the exact procedure for that?
See, exit procedure, like you have done everything. First of all, you have to extend the data model.
Okay,
Okay. So after extending the data model, you have SMT mapping over there. Okay.
okay.
So there would be one question that why you are doing SMT mapping, right?
Hmm.
So what happening in reuse model also I was explaining, right? The data from the staging table directly comes to the active tables, right? Which are
Right.
your like Mara, Marcy, these standard tables.
Hmm.
So so these are all pre-configured. So the thing what is there, it is automatically happening. But once you have new field in the custom data model, SAP does not understand, right? That what I have to do with this. So you will do SMT mapping. So SMT mapping means what? You will link that from the staging table, the data, this new field data should go to this active table. In active table also, what you have to do, you have to create this field. Otherwise, where the
Okay.
data will get stored, right? So if it is
Right.
material, and if you want to say, okay, in Mara table, I want to store the data, or Marcy table. So you have to put it over there, and
Okay.
you have to do this linkage with SMT mapping. Then you will come here in the particular screen where you want to have this field in the UI. So you will do right click. So one process is this right click. Okay,
Hmm.
technical setting. You will go to the particular. I think it is session timed out. Okay, so basically you have to go there and you have to do this. Okay, so this is one way. Another way is if you know the component name. Okay, you can go to the directly to the component. You can just go to this component configuration, and after going to the component configuration, you can do this.
Okay. And as you are telling that the BP data model is reuse and the financial is flex. So what is the case for the custom data model?
Custom data model. See, so far I have worked with the two custom data model. There I have seen that they were doing this flex only. They are not using reuse for custom data model. So the reason when I asked the architect like why you have designed it like this, so the response was that, see, if I want to use reuse data model, right? So what was happening? I have to write a access class. Then I have to correctly frame all the things so that the data gets replicated to the active tables. Okay.
Okay.
But it is a lengthy process. We have to do check everything and then we have to do it. But if I keep it as a flex, so data, no doubt it would be there in the staging table. But what is the benefit over that? There is a system caller ready, I told you, right? Where you can write the email notification there. When the status is 05 for the CR, we can put our insert or update statement over there. Okay, with the help of that also we can handle. So whatever project I have seen, 2 projects, so basically they were doing it like that only
Okay.
in the industry, basically, because that time you have a control over it, right? What data is coming and how you want to put it. So there are various way of doing the thing. So if you know all the way, so then your life will be easy. So I can tell you all the things, what are the possible ways of doing the things, and you can easily do it.
Okay, Krishna. Thank you.